After nearly 20 years, I'm getting incredibly tired of listening to foreign teachers constantly complaining and bitching and whining about wherever it is they live. In fact, I was tired of this garbage here in Taiwan 10 years ago. But as TESL newbies, you need to be aware of this. You need to ask yourself, are you going to be able to deal with the cultural irritations, the changes, stoically in a way that allows you to just keep going with your daily life? Or are you just going to start endless complaints, endless frustration for yourself and for others, and just end up making everybody, including yourself, miserable? So that's what we're going to deal with today. I want to tell you a few of the kind of typical areas that typical topics that I've had to listen to foreign teachers complain about for many, many years. Not only here in Taiwan, in Korea, in Japan, in Canada. I've just listened to this endlessly. So I want to get this done and just move along. So that way we can move on to stage 4 quickly, because that's where I am and that's where I hope you can be. I'm Teacher David, and this is TESL for Newbies. As the keen among you will have noticed, I'm a week early. The truth is, I just want to get this stage done. I had planned on preparing 6 different steps for this stage, as I've done with the previous 2. But to be honest, I just can't be bothered. Stage 2, there is a bit of this kind of getting frustrated already involved in it. And to be honest, I just don't want to bother with it anymore. So the topic is just too irritating. It makes me feel drained. So what I'm going to do is I'm reducing stage 3, this stage, to just 2 videos. The first video is going to be today, the topics that I've heard teachers complain about endlessly over the last many years. And the second one is what I think you, as a TESL newbie, can do if you find yourself in that situation. So I'm going to give you some suggestions on how to deal with it. Okay, let's get this over with. Daily, I struggle with people who seem genuinely unable to drive a car or scooter. I witness dangerous driving. I have to deal with dangerous driving, and it irritates me, especially when I'm taking my children to school. So, but you got to figure out how to deal with it, figure out how the logic of the driving system works in whatever country you're living, if you're going to drive there. Here in Taiwan, everybody can drive a scooter. It's the most convenient way to get around. It's inexpensive. It's great. But there are some dangers that you need to be concerned with. And I don't think, although I hear people complaining all the time, oh, why did he do this? Why did the local do this? Are these people just blah, blah, blah? Just stop. I really believe it's a systemic problem and a problem between different countries. In Canada, you get your license. You have to do a road test on the road. You have to be prepared to drive in traffic. Here, for example, and other Asian countries that I know of, you just basically do your scooter test in a glorified parking lot. So how prepared can you be? I even heard of people being told, don't look at the lines on the road. They'll distract you. Just pay attention to the car in front. This kind of stuff. I still see kids with no seatbelt. I can just go on and complain, but I don't want to. It makes me frustrated. It brings me down. I don't want to. Somebody wants to do something themselves. I'm sure people do nonsense back home. I just don't care. Just post-COVID-19, masks have become something of the norm here in East Asia. In fact, people wore masks long before COVID came here. It's something that's just pretty much normal. In Asian culture, it's seen as polite. If you're sick or you're feeling a little sick, put a mask on so you don't spread your sickness, spread your germs around. That's great. I appreciate it. I think it's nice. But wearing masks now can seem to some people as a kind of political concern or even virtue signaling. They can get angry, think it's a personal slight. But again, I think, who cares? We don't need to complain about it. If somebody, I see them in their car by themselves wearing a mask, I think it's a bit bizarre, sure. But I don't care. It's not me. You do you, I'll do me. Do I want my kids to wear masks all the time? No. If a kid comes into my classroom and wears a mask, do I care? No. But you can look on social media and see posts on education boards that I'm part of, and just endless complaints about why are kids still wearing masks? Why are kids doing this? Don't worry about it. Let it go. It doesn't hurt you. Complain about something that matters, I guess. I just don't see how this matters. So it's not a hill I want to die on. I just let it go. And I suggest, as TESL newbies, if something similar to that comes up to you in your situation, somebody decides they want to have pink hair, or somebody wears a nose ring, you don't like it, who cares what you like? So let them be. As long as it's legal and allowed, just go with it. Another kind of funny one, actually, it is something that I hear people complain about in a serious way, but I just think it's kind of humorous, to be honest with you. It's personal space. In Canada, Canada's a big open country, as everybody knows, or I would assume most people know. So we leave space between each other. We could leave, standing in line, leave, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 cm between us, a meter. It doesn't matter. Who cares? But if you're unsure if somebody's in line, you just ask them, hey, are you waiting? Are you in line? And they'll let you know. But in some countries, for example, here in Taiwan, personal space is much smaller. People squeeze together much more often. In fact, it's quite bizarre. In fact, some situations, you park your scooter in a basically empty parking lot. You come out from the store, somebody's parked right beside you. Okay, I'm not sure why. There's a million spaces. Why did you take that one? Or you go to a movie theater to watch a movie. It's pretty empty, but they group the people working there, for whatever reason, they're told to group everybody who's watching the movie all together in one spot, so you're all sitting beside each other, and the rest of the theater is open. So, yeah, that's just a cultural difference. So again, take steps to deal with it. I try to park my scooter a bit farther away, so hopefully the next person who comes in will be a bit lazy and they won't want to park beside me. They'd rather park a bit closer. Or when I go to a movie theater, I just tell them, I don't want to sit with the group. I want to sit by myself. And usually they're kind of confused. Really? You want to do? Yeah, can you just give me a spot on my own? Oh, okay. 9 times out of 10, they're perfectly accommodating. Some people will be a little rigid, say, sorry, I can't do that. That's against our rules. Okay, I just don't go back to that theater. That's it. Or I ask to talk to a manager if I'm really keen to see that movie at that time, which is not really the case, but I could. And again, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be solved in the way that you like. So just deal with it. Don't suffer through the movie if you don't want to sit there, and then come back and complain about it. You chose to go. Yeah, so that's just the funny thing based on kind of personal space between people and the differences between countries. When you go to another country, as a TESL newbie, you're going to see things that are different, especially if you come from Canada. During summer holidays, for example, kids here go to school still. Elementary school kids have exams. You have exams in grade 1. If that's something that's you can't deal with, can't accept, don't want to accept, you got to go to a place, find out if your country has that first, the country you're going to go to, and just don't go there. Don't go to the ones that have those things. I still see people riding around, children with no seatbelts, sitting in the front seat, sitting on their parents' lap. I mean, growing up in the 1970s, some of the driving habits I see remind me of the 1970s. I'm still alive. So if somebody thinks that that's a safe thing to do, I'm not the police. I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to complain about it. I'm just going to leave it alone. I don't like it for me. I won't do that with my kids. And lots of people I see, they don't like it either, and they won't do that with their kids. So forget about the one or two people who do these weird things. Why focus on one or two people and then complain about it for a week? It doesn't make sense. Other things like you go to a restaurant, you order pizza. So I say, oh, can I change this thing with this? One item for another item on the pizza. Surprisingly, lots of places just say no. No, we can't do that. But I want the pizza. I'll pay for the extra item. Just take the other item off. No, we can't do that. All right. So, okay, so I have to deal with that. The thing is, though, you're getting somebody else. You're paying for pizza. You want to pay for something. You can't get it. So deal with it. It's not that difficult. It's not that serious. It's not life-threatening. Just deal with it. Better yet, maybe you should try some local food instead of looking around only to get Western food that you're used to. That will make your life a lot easier. And a lot of the small local restaurants, they'll do whatever you want. They'll change stuff, no problem. They're completely happy to adjust to your diet restrictions and requests. So I just suggest, again, just figure it out. Instead of just complaining, which nobody wants to hear, although it seems like lots of people love to hear, but just don't. Figure something else out. Okay, so that's it. I feel like I just kind of vomited onto the video camera. Sorry about that, and I'm sorry if this video was a bit of a downer or a bit confusing, but I do think TESL newbies need to really know what they can get into, and what they can get into is a life of negativity and complaints. So next video, we're going to start our climb back out of Dante's hell and hopefully start to move to stage 4. Look forward to stage 4, where we talk about getting settled and bring back some happiness and sunshine. And let's get rid of the clouds and rainy days. Yeah, a little cheesy, but that helps me get along. It helps me deal with the negativity also. Okay, bye for now.